We'll give our audience a little bit of an idea, how this works, because to your point, people who are maybe have their listings have expired, they want to relist, they're probably reconsidering the price.
Right.
So instead of, dropping the price $10,000, which if you have a finance buyer, that may change their monthly payment, 70, 80 bucks. I mean, that's not making a huge difference in their monthly output, which is what they're looking at when they're going to go buy a house. Is, oh my gosh, insurance costs are up, everything's up. Oh, this is expensive, right? But instead, using that money toward a 2-1 temporary buy down. And in short, the way it works is you take whatever the current market rate is today. In the first year, it's a 2% discount on that rate. So let's just have fun, and let's say you go from 7.5 to 5.5 the first year. The second year, then you go from 7.5 to 6.5. So, you basically start off your loan at 5.5, 6.5, and then the rest of the time at 7.5. The idea being is that rates do eventually come down in that first 24 months, where you can refinance into something a little bit better for the permanent 30-year fixed, right?
Right.
And this is a 30-year fixed mortgage. It's not an adjustable rate. It's not a neg am. This is just taking seller's money, which round numbers, depending on the loan amount, can be anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000, and they're taking that money and they're subsidizing the mortgage payment for those first 24 months. So, we just did one that's going to be closing this week, a $480,000 mortgage on roughly a $600,000 price. So the seller, instead of taking a $12,000 reduction in price, which again would have only benefited the buyer on their monthly payment by $70 or $80,
yeah,
they took that money and they said, well, okay, we're gonna do a seller-funded 2-1 buy down with that $12,000. So the first year, that buyer saves $634 a month on their mortgage payment. Right. So, they look at a mortgage payment that was, over $4,000 and now knock $600 off of that. Man, now that's a little bit more appealing. Again, if you knock 10 grand or 12 grand off the house, it didn't really, make them go do a dance. Save $600 a month for 12 months, it does. And then after that, it, was going to save them another $323 a month in year 2. So they save $600 and change year 1. They save $300 and change year 2. Now, that's something to talk about.
Right.
And they don't have to really worry about that rate going to today's current market until year 3. So, that benefited a buyer because they now didn't just look at the price of the house. They were looking at, hey, I'm actually getting in on this house at this price at a payment that I can't get, in the current market.
Right.
And that helps, obviously sell a house. So it's a mechanism to bring buyers and sellers kind of, together in an environment that, is obviously challenging.
And they're gambling that they'll refinance at a somewhat lower rate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if they do get the rate at roughly 1.5 to 2% lower, they'll get either that $300 back or maybe.
That's right. Yeah.
$500.
So yeah.